With the form that both NaVi and FaZe have shown coming into the playoffs, this should be the highest level Counter-Strike of the year, given we have yet to see these two teams compete in a way where they're unabated by other factors.
We have the chance to have the world #1 take on the world #2 in the grand final, and that is what everybody deserves before we go into the off-season.
Simple's going for it. Okay.
The punch, no. 11 seconds now, and Simple is still feeling it. He scoped up, not realizing, happens walking up close. Simple!
NaVi and FaZe truly have separated themselves from the rest of the field, and they just play a different brand of Counter-Strike compared to some of these other teams that we have in the top 10. I think you don't need any better proof of that than the fact that NaVi and FaZe are the only two teams from the top 10 that are in the playoffs here.
We're both teams that went directly to the semifinals for a reason. We want another notch in the Grand Slam, and their goal is to stop us from winning the Grand Slam. Even if you look at the ranking, you know, it's a 20-point difference between us and NaVi, and it kind of goes back and forth, and it gets closer and closer.
Both teams have a claim to the throne. Their history over the last 12 months since returning to the pandemic, you can cite why one team should be the favorite over the other, but I don't think anybody can truly tell you who's going to win IEM Cologne. On the road to recovery for NaVi, the addition of SDY and Electronic taking over the in-game leadership role, it seems to have solved a lot of their problems. There's no issues when you have the greatest player in the world, and right now there seems to be no issues with anybody in the team butting heads. They look to be harmonious, they look to be back on track, and they look to be maybe better than ever.
Perfecto is the ideal role player for NaVi. He's going to do everything that's needed in the most efficient way possible, and he's going to overperform in situations where other people in his role might underdeliver.
I don't think we really realized the nickname Headshot Machine until Bit showed up.
FaZe have started to carve out a reputation to be a big tournament team, right? They peak at the right times and they're here for the big events.
Kerrigan knows how to read the atmosphere in a way that he can make what call would make the most sense for his players, not just tactically, but emotionally too.
And then you add to that the supporting cast of Rain, who's here. He will do anything the boss man says, but he also delivers on the stages and shows that he can still be a star of this team. You add to that Rops, Twist, and Brokey, a core trio. There will be one to remember. There'll be one that will be playing together for many, many years if things continue to go right for FaZe.
We have more convincing results. They've lost some maps. We haven't lost a map yet in this event. If you look at current form, I would say that we're the better team, but of course, I think Sunday evening it could be all decided if both teams make it there.
This would be Kerrigan and FaZe winning the triple crown of the major Katowice and Cologne in the same year. Nobody has done that before. As for the side of Simple and Electronic, this would be their third Cologne, and to three-peat means that they just own the cathedral.